The major part of our society, but above all, young generations, use second screen as a new way of getting information.
I think that second screen's a really interesting set of technologies. They've sort of provided a way for people to have interaction potentially with television and with other types of media, in terms of they can chatterbox, so they can talk to friends about content that's being shown, they can have debates and so on. And it also gives them a way of interacting potentially with the content. So in a quiz or in a game show, they can use hashtags and they can express opinions that can potentially be broadcast.
Due to different applications and websites, tablets and smartphones are utilized to get complementing or exclusive information and also to share opinions. The term was created a few years ago within the tablets, smartphones and social networks boom.
If you're focused on one screen, which is maybe in front of you, then you're not going to be focused on the other screen, and certainly visually you can't be focused on the two things at the same time. But we know that our brains are good at being able to cope with different types of information source. So, I mean, personally, if I second screen, I can still hear the TV content while I'm looking at the screen. So you're still absorbing certain amounts of the information, although you're maybe not capturing it all. But I think that we're just, as humans, we're kind of evolving and we're adapting a bit more to deal with more complex information.
Sometimes if I play computer games or something, then you can have the desktop at one screen and then the other screen you can play, or you can watch a film or something. It's very comfortable if you have two screens.
This two-screen experience has become a big business for all the companies and broadcasters who are trying more than ever to bring television to a second screen. Nowadays, roughly 40% of people who own tablets and smartphones watch TV with them every day. So, this means large market opportunities in this new second screen trend.
TV has had to adapt to the newer technology. It's had to embed various forms of social media in what it does, and it's had to broaden its scope beyond just the one-way, well, not even interaction between the user and the TV screen, which is just the watcher of a TV screen. It's needed to widen that so that watchers now become participants.
In the last decade, there has been a change. We are living in a modern society. People are getting used to look for the information they really want, instead of waiting for the massive information to be received. This has made a real difference in our society. We are no more passive users, we've become active users. That has created a necessity, the continuous need for information. We search the things we want, whenever and wherever we want. Furthermore, things happen so fast and everything can change in a few seconds. That's why we also want information to be instantaneous. We have the necessity to have the information at the precise moment we need it. There's a lot of information all around and we have to find new ways of focusing our attention. There's a need for differentiation between what's relevant to us and what's irrelevant.
I think we're used to having lots of information very easily accessible to us now, and we probably expect to have that information. So, if you went back 10 years and you wanted to find out a piece of information, you couldn't just take a device out of your pocket and find the answer. You had to go to a computer and do it, or you had to go and look at a book or a source. So I think we're more used to having lots of information. If it's a necessity or not, I don't know. It's a good question. I think sometimes it's nice just to watch TV without second screening. And I think a good test of that is if you think about going to watch a film in a movie theatre, we don't second screen in the movies, in the films. And part of that is a social expectation that we think it's rude or it's wrong to have a phone and not pay attention at the film, so there's part of that. But I think that also part of it is that the content that we're getting in a film is very new and it tends to be quite focused and intensive. And when we watch a film, we watch the film purely, and we don't want to be distracted. You know, if we watch it at home, we close doors and we turn other things off so we don't get distracted.
Because sometimes it's a bit difficult. Yeah, you have their screen and their screen and you have to switch all the time, and I think it's not that easy. So there are a lot of information, and for me I'm not able to concentrate on my TV show or what else.
There are different sort of TV programs or applications that use second screen. For instance, football matches, films, series, TV shows or video games. Also, it allows conference session presenters to share slides and presentations in real time, and attendees can follow on with their device.
I think it's unlikely that the existing technology will stay the way it is for much longer. Where exactly it goes is a little bit difficult to predict. It may be that many of these communications channels get embedded in the same device. So rather than switching between devices, we're simply switching between channels on the same device. Or, as you suggest, it may be that the intelligence and the communication is embedded in items, intelligent things, all around the house, all around the workplace, and we just switch between those as and when necessary. So that I'm pretty sure that what we're doing at the moment, we probably won't be doing in 5 years' time.
I think second screen in some form will stay. I think it'll probably become more interactive. So actually you've got greater ability to influence the content that you're being shown through second screening. I think the format of it will have to change. I don't think the format of having to have another device and to look down at it all the time, I don't think that's going to stay. That feels like it's something that we do because it's the best that we have at the moment. But I think if you look at something like Google Glass, where you can have an additional image, you know, projected next to another screen, that sort of thing is probably going to be the way forward of it, where perhaps you've overlaid displays or multiple displays in a space, and you can still focus on which one you gets your sort of primary attention.
The future of second screen is difficult to predict. There's a chance for this phenomenon to disappear in a few years' time because it will appear another way to get information and to entertain us that will keep all of our attention. That will mean that second screen would have been just a step between the television, that used to be the main point of the information, and something completely different as the Internet of Things.